Yo, Cub fans, we are back, and the Chicago Cubs overcome the Royals to beat them and win the series 2-1, and we're going to get into that right after this. Alright, so the Cubs get the win against the Royals and take the series 2-1. And honestly, it was a very good series. That first game, we kind of struggled a little bit. And, it happens. It's a part of baseball, and it's expected. And this is a team that the Cubs, I was expecting them to maybe lose one because this is a young, gritty team. And they always, put some trouble on a team to get back. And if you do get a lead on them, they fight back and get the runs back. But we won today's game 4-3. Kyle Hendricks honestly pitched very well. Was very good on the bump, had very good command, and he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, only had 1 ERA, 1 walk, and he had 3 Ks. He looked very good. This is the good version of Kyle Hendricks, and I liked how he pitched. We've seen bad versions of Kyle Hendricks where he lets the ball fly and lets people hit home runs off of him like it's a bouncy ball coming off the bat or a golf ball. But this was the good version of Kyle Hendricks, and I liked seeing this Kyle Hendricks, and it was very nice to watch. But Mark Leiter Jr., and Merriweather came in after and pitched very well after Kyle Hendricks got finished up in his 6 innings, and they pitched very well, no runs or anything. But then Adbert Alzolay came in, gave up 2 runs, but, it happens. And we went into the 9th with a 4-1 lead, and we ended up winning the game 4-3 because Adbert gave up 2 runs, but it happens. And he got the save for the game, which is very good. And it was a very fun game to watch. I enjoyed watching the game. And Seiya Suzuki and Miguel Amaya had 2 big home runs that were needed. Watching Seiya swing the bat, he looks much, much more confident up at the plate. And it's very exciting to see because once he gets his confidence up and, does his thing, I think that he can be put back into the lineup as like an everydayer. And I don't know if he's at that point yet, and he still has to prove it. And I think David Ross, honestly, already, he's going to put him back in the lineup every day. But I think that, I don't think he's ready for that. I think we could definitely switch out and put someone else in that position and have them hit. But that's just my opinion. And I liked Miguel hitting today. I mean, he hit pretty well. He's batting .250. I think he's a very, very good hitter. And it was his 4th home run of the year. It's very exciting to watch. But one thing that was like kind of weird or like surprising to me, we only had 1 walk as a team, and which I don't know, I thought it was weird because we're a very heavy walk team. We like to take our pitches and we like to wait for our pitch, the perfect pitch down the middle. And I don't know, it was just kind of weird to me, but we got the dub. But I want to talk about the standings. So not the standings yet. We're going to talk about the 2 next series that we have against 2 different teams. So the next team we play are the Detroit Tigers. The Detroit Tigers are 57-67. I need this to be a sweep. I need the Cubs to sweep the Detroit Tigers and come out with a dub all 3 games. I think it's definitely done. We're going to meet up with Javi again. Say our hellos, say our goodbyes. He can't hit. He can field, though. But I'm excited to watch that series. We should win all 3, and if not, that's kind of sad. But the next team that we faced in a 4-game series, the Pirates. They are 55-69. They are 4th in the NL division, or the NL Central division, and they're behind the Reds, and they're not very good. So I think that we can definitely beat them. And Javier Assad pitches the first game against the Tigers, and honestly, I think it's going to be a very good outing for Javier. I think he will pitch very well, and I think he'll get through the side very, very, very well, and he's going to look stellar. I mean, the last time he pitched, it was an all-right start, and we came back and won. But I think this start, he can pitch another gem, just like he did in Toronto. So I'm not too worried. I'm excited to see how he can pitch, and it's going to be exciting. But let's talk a little bit about the standings. The Cubs are now 3 games behind the Brewers after winning today, and they do have the last wild card spot. But they are still fighting for that first spot in the NL Central. And I believe the Reds are 3 games behind them as well. Maybe even 3.5 because they did lose today. But I think that the Cubs have good potential of winning the NL Central. I honestly am very surprised with the Brewers and how they beat the Texas Rangers. All 3 of these games, I honestly was expecting them to get swept by the Rangers. So that was a big surprise because these 3 games were the games that I was expecting the Cubs to really jump up in the standings and kind of get closer to the Brewers, but the Brewers actually won these games and kind of got out and got ahead. But that is my thoughts on everything. Let me know what you guys thought about this Kansas City Royals series with the Cubs. Hit that sub button for more Bulls and Cubs content, and see blue. Peace.